Good morning, Bobcats, or afternoon. I don't know, whatever it is. It's noon. It's 12 o'clock. It's time for the very last Mr. P's Music Minute. I know, isn't it sad? It's the last one, but hey, it's almost summer vacation. That's really awesome. So today, I have some awesome summery things that you guys can do, inspired by my favorite summer activities. Now, when I was little, I loved to go around and catch butterflies. And I found this one at the dollar store. This one was at my local grocery store. They were both $1. What a deal. And of course, you know me, I like to make a game out of it. So I made some butterflies. Each of my butterflies has a different note or rest on it. And I made a whole bunch of them. And we're going to test Mrs. P's ability to film and throw cards in the air at the same time. Let's see, I'm going to choose the yellow one today. Here we go. Woo! Yes! Awesome! Oh, last one. How about 3 more, Mrs. P? Or a whole bunch of them. Awesome. All right, so create some little cards. Again, I'll put these cards online so you can print them off and stuff like that. You can put notes on them. You can put numbers on them. You could do music. You could do multiplication, whatever. After you catch some butterflies, maybe do a time limit, 30 seconds, or see how many cards you can get out of 10. Then add up your points. 16th notes, 1 beat. Half note, 2 beats. 1 plus 2 is 3. Quarter note, 1 beat. 3 plus 1 is 4. I dropped this one. Woo! Whole note, 4 plus 4 is 8. And whole rest, 8 plus 4 is 12. I got 12 points. That's awesome. All right, so here's another different version you could play. Come on down here. Since we have all our butterflies all over the place, you can play a little game of slapjack. We played this in the music room before, and this is kind of a different version here. Butterfly slapjack. If you've ever played slapjack with cards, you know, you put down a card, put down a card, put down a card, and if you get a jack, you got to slap your hand down as quick as possible. So, one player takes their net, the other player takes their net. Sorry, Mrs. P, I put it on the wrong side. And then a third player calls out a note. We don't have a third player. Mrs. P, call out a note.
Hold out.
Hold out. And then, of course, the first person to slap it gets that. Mrs. P, you can grab that one. There you go. And I'm going to call out quarter rest. Woo! So there might be even more than 1 quarter rest, and so people might both get points. So, of course, don't slap your net too hard, otherwise you might break your net. But also a good game to play. Catching butterflies. All right, let's put our butterfly nets down and come on inside, everybody. If you haven't noticed, I'm at Mrs. P's school again. We're doing some cleaning so she can enjoy her summer vacation. Come on in. All right. Woo! It's bright out there and warm. I'm glad we're inside now. All right, so you might have seen or played this game at school. Here's what you need. You need a stick, or you really don't need a stick, or you can just have a string. At the end of the string, you need a magnet. It doesn't have to be this, fancy colored one, because this is, I wanted to have one color for every one of our houses in the music room. And you need some fish, or you need something. It doesn't have to be fish. And on the back of your fish, you need something metal, something that the magnet will be attracted to. Now, if you don't have any fish, hey, why don't you just use these little metal washers? You can get a whole box of them at Home Depot for not a whole lot. You can draw on them. Again, you can practice music. You could write letters on them and do some spelling. You could write some numbers on them and do addition, subtraction, multiplication, fractions, whatever. And then, of course, there's a lot of different ways to play. I like to maybe start a time limit and say, how many fish can you catch in 30 seconds? So you stand outside the lake and you go fishing. Woo! Woo! course, you can add up your points or add up your beats when you're done. Like I got a whole note, 4 beats, and some 16th notes, 1 beat. 4 plus 1 is 5. Or like I said, you can do it with letters or numbers or whatever. Lots of different options. All right, so we caught some butterflies. We went fishing. Both good summer activities. How about my favorite summer activity? Camping. Come on, let's go camping. Come to my tent, everyone. Awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever made a tent in your living room or your bedroom or in your house with blankets and pillows and stuff like that. But if you haven't, go camping in your own house this summer. You don't need to go outside. There's no bugs to worry about. You might even have air conditioning. It's a good way to camp. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I don't have a fire to roast some marshmallows and stuff like that. Yeah, you do. Boom. You got a fire. There's an app for that. And if you want to, let's say, sleep out under the stars and listen to the frogs and stuff like that, there's an app for that. Seriously, guys, come over here for a little second. This app that I'm playing right now, it's called Relax Melodies. I love this app. You can select different sounds and make different playlists. You can do frogs, you can do rain, you can do wind, whatever. It's so cool and it's so relaxing. And now, there we go. We are in our tent. We are camping. We got a fire. We got some sounds going on.
Hi from Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. Thanks for watching. And we can play some games. Of course, it's always fun to play games while you're camping. So I got 2 card games for you today. Both will be available online. My first one is, of course, Sounds Like. Now, over the last 10 weeks here, we did Sounds Like Spring and Sounds Like Quarantine and Sounds Like Star Wars. So we have Sounds Like Summer cards. So figure out the different notes or the different rhythms that go with each card and then put them in an order. Camping, hiking, swimming, bikes. Camping, hiking, swimming, bikes. Firefly s'mores. Hiking, swimming. Firefly s'mores. Hiking, swimming. Awesome. Hey, speaking of s'mores, I got another card game for you. It's the S'more Game. Now, of course, I made this game with notes, but you can make it with letters. You can make it with numbers. You can make it with lots of different things. So, of course, to have a s'more, you need 2 graham crackers, you need a marshmallow, and you need a piece of chocolate. So here is what you do. You lay out all your s'more cards. And, of course, you're going to need 2 graham crackers, 1 chocolate, and 1 marshmallow. But you can't just pick whatever you want. You gotta be sneaky about it. And the numbers or the letters or whatever you have to add up or have to combine in a certain way. So, Mrs. P, would you give me a s'more number? There's 4 different things. So the least it can be is 4 beats. Would you tell me how many beats you would like your s'more to be?
3 beats.
It has to be more than 4.
More than 4. Oh.
4 or more.
5.
5 beats. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to have a graham cracker. Double eighth note gets 1 beat. And then I need a marshmallow. Quarter note gets 1 beat. 1 plus 1 is 2. And then I'll have a half note chocolate bar. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 is 4. Mrs. P wanted a 5, so I need another graham cracker with 1. Perfect! A quarter rest. Stack them together. Boom. 5 beats more, just like that. You could have a little race, see which one of your family members can make the s'mores the fastest, or anything like that. Always a good game. Again, I'll have both of these games and both of these cards online, so you can print them off and have some fun.
Hi, Annabelle.
Hi, Annabelle. Hey, thanks for sending me the Quizlet challenge, too. I will try to beat your time later today. All right, come on over here, everybody. Now, of course, you guys know how much I like music. So here's my challenge to you this year. Create a summer playlist. there are songs, there are albums, there are artists that I just listen to during the summer. Every song, every album, every artist has a meaning to me. There's a certain time of the year that I usually like to listen to those people. Why? Maybe we listen to that song when we go camping. Maybe I listened to that piece of music when we were going up north to the lake when I was a kid. So I have some of my favorite summer playlists for you. Here's my challenge. Make a summer playlist or a collection of summer playlists. That's right. There's mosquitoes in the tent. It's perfect. We're slapping mosquitoes here inside. So here's a bunch of albums that I love. Check out some of these. Check out something different. You might find something that you like. I'm going to start with Alison Brown. Awesome banjo player. I listened to her song. Seriously, there's a mosquito in here. I listened to her song called... Yes! It's my first mosquito! Yes, I killed my first mosquito of the season. Yay! It's officially summer. I listened to Alison Brown's song called The Sound of Summer Running. I love that title. Every single last day of school. Beach Boys. Can't go wrong with the Beach Boys. Awesome summer songs. Bruce Springsteen, The Boss. This is the album that we listened to when I was a kid. Going up to the lake, my dad would put on Bruce. Love that album. Orla Fallon, she is a wonderful singer and songwriter. Colors of the Land, if you wanted something with just instruments, man, Colors of the Land is an album, or their albums are kind of hard to find now, but if you can, buy them all, because we have some Go Live with Corey Brown. Yes, let's invite Miss Brown. I don't know how that works. We're going to press the button and see what happens. Hi, Miss Brown. Are you live with us? I don't know. We'll see. We press the button. Well, if you're here, welcome, Miss Brown. We're awesome to have you here. Anyways, beautiful, beautiful music. It'll chill you out. Also, my good buddy George Winston, expert piano player, lover of cats. He's got 2 albums that I listen to in the summer all the time. One called Summer, one called Forest. If you want to go bluegrass, you got to do a little bluegrass in the summer. I would go with Barefoot. They're one of my favorite bluegrass bands. And you don't have to remember all this. You can, rewind and watch the video later. Otherwise, I'll put this whole presentation online too. So, a lot of people, when they think of, music with like sound effects in the background, they might think about, oh, I go to the spa or whatever, and I have these beautiful, new age, CDs and stuff with, little birds chirping in the background. A lot of people don't think there's some serious music there. There definitely is. Dan Gibson was a photographer. He was a cinematographer. He was a sound recording expert. He invented a microphone to record sound effects. His albums are beautiful. I would recommend these 2 on the screen right here. Also, Lifescapes, kind of thing. You got beautiful music. You got sound effects in the background. Summer Thunder, one of my favorites. The music is by a Minnesota guy, lives right here in St. Paul. His name is Stephen C. Anderson. If you want to go across the pond, my good buddy Nobuo Uematsu composes video game music. I'd check out Potion. It's got lots of cool sounds. Singer-songwriters, always good to listen to in the car. My buddy James Taylor, love him. Fighter and Everheart, guys right here from Minnesota, have an album called Going Up North. Gotta be on your summer playlist. One of my favorite singer-songwriters, Mary Chapin Carpenter. Mrs. P and I listen to this album every time we go camping. Also, an awesome guy, Mark Cohen. We also listen to this one when you're camping. And my top favorite one, yes, Bob and Larry, Veggie Tales, Bob and Larry's Campfire Songs. I love this one. Takes traditional campfire songs, makes them all goofy. It's a great time. So guys, it's about time to eat. And so I'm going to take the phone. And Mrs. P is going to share today. So, of course, if you go camping, you got to make some s'mores. But if you're inside, like But if you're inside, it might be a little hard to make s'mores. You probably don't want to start a campfire inside. Mrs. P, tell us what we got here. I'm
You
going to
need
zoom out a little bit.
chocolate frosting and some marshmallow cream, and of course, graham crackers. And you just take some of each. Depends on how much you want. Maybe you want more marshmallow. Maybe you want more chocolate. I like a lot of marshmallow.
Oh, that is the correct amount of
There you go,
marshmallow right
right?
there. Look at
Right.
that.
Wow. Then you take some chocolate. However much you want on that. And you have a campfireless s'more.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Wow.
And of course, as s'mores go, they're always very
Very
messy.
messy.
Awesome. So you don't even need a microwave. You don't even need a fire. There you go. There's your s'more. All right, friends. I have one more thing to share with you guys before I sign off and say goodbye for the summer. First of all, I have a challenge for you. My challenge is to get out and do some awesome, fun summer things. Go camping, go fishing, and if you can't get out and go do those things, do it right in your living room or whatever. Have some fun with your family this summer. Challenge number 2, make some music, whether it's listening to music, singing songs around a campfire, making up songs as you go hiking through the woods, whatever it is, make some music. Hey, if you need some inspiration, Mrs. P and I are also nature photographers. I'm not trying to sell anybody photos here, but we got a whole website full of awesome photos from around Minnesota, all from around Minnesota. So if you go on our website, check it out. If you want to know, hey, that's a really cool waterfall, I want to go there, send me an email, and I will tell you exactly how to get there and the best trails to find it, and you can be off on some of your own summer adventures. So guys, I'm going to say goodbye in just a minute here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being awesome and doing digital learning, distance learning, whether you were playing instruments, playing piano or ocarina or recorder or learning online, playing Quizlet, playing Kahoot, whatever. Thank you so much for tuning in and playing games with me. It was a lot of fun. I love you guys very much, and I cannot wait to get back to Birch Grove and see all your smiling faces. If you come on Friday to our parade, I will be waving furiously at you. I hope you guys have an awesome summer, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, Bobcats.